Hi, this is Julian from Indoxa. In this video, I'm going to show you all the parts that make up an argument graph. Before we start, just look here at the key. If you click on this, you'll see a summary of most of what is mentioned in this video. We go from stage to stage through a lesson by clicking Next or using the right arrow. As you know, Indoxa is a graphical platform for making arguments, and you can build just about every argument you can think of in this platform. So let's see how this works. This is a statement box. So a statement is just a sentence that can be true or false. You can click and drag graph elements around on the screen like this, and you can adjust the zoom with a mouse wheel or using these buttons on the right. Here's another statement. This statement is a kind of rule or procedure, and both these statements are connected to this argument type box. We've got 14 argument types within Indoxa. Each one's a different kind of common sense reasoning. So what do you think follows from these two statements? So this third statement is a conclusion that follows from these two using this type of reasoning. The black arrows represent the premise relation. So these two statements are the premises of this argument step. The blue arrow represents the conclusion relation. So this statement is the conclusion. It's blue because this argument step makes this conclusion true. If it were red, it would be making it false. So this diagram represents one complete argument step. An argument is simply a series of argument steps. If we click on the question mark button, we get more information. So we get this argument step described in words, the kind of words you'd use in an essay. There are critical questions, which we'll come back to in a minute, and there's a video explaining how this argument type works. Here's the second step of the argument. The second step follows right on from the first. Arguments of any complexity can be constructed in Indoxa, ranging from something as simple as this to a complicated argument that you'd use in an essay. It's just a matter of putting one argument step after the other. Here's a second example using a different argument type. Can you see how this argument step works? Again, you can click on the question mark to get a summary of it. Now, each argument type comes with its own set of critical questions. This is a critical question for this argument step. The critical questions show ways in which the argument can be supported or can be undermined. Can you think of a way in which this argument could be undermined? So, could John have a stomachache without having eaten a curry? Or one way is that he could have a stomach virus. This undermines the conclusion that he had eaten a curry. This statement attached in this way is called an evidence statement. It's linked to the argument with a dashed line. This one is red because it's undermining the argument. If it were blue, it would be supporting it. Here's another example. There's an evidence statement connected to this critical question. If you click on the question mark, you may find there are other critical questions. In this case, there's one here. Other statements could be connected to that critical question. So an argument step can have more than one evidence statement attached to it. In this example, the large purple box is a scenario. This is a context in which the argument is taking place. In this case, it's Shakespeare's play Macbeth. The statements inside the scenario box are within that context. Those outside are not. Often, a statement inside a scenario can be generalized to infer one that's outside. A scenario could be a fiction, like Macbeth, or it could be an alternative past, a possible future, a thought experiment, and so on. So that's it. Every argument can be represented within Indoxa using the parts that you've just seen. As a reminder, you can always click on the key to see what all the colours in the boxes mean. So, thank you for watching the video.